Aliseli di khanda, kakamela di sawele gesirame. Aliseli di khanda, oh oh oh, kakamela di sawele gesirame. Ela waresu, como teki tabukhari. Ela yelele manesu, manesu, itona tushe mahala. Aliseli yelele mwanesu, mwanesu itwana tushe bahala. Yena yele mwanesu, mwanesu cho, umutegi tabakari. Yena yelele mwanesu, mwanesu ye, itwana tushe bahala. Alisa indikata, wamamaya, kakamla nisa welgezema. Alisa indikata, wamamaya, kakamla nisa welgezema. Alisa indikata, wamamaya, kakamla nisa welgezema. Bari hala wanezo, yeah. Komote Gizamo Kari Chisa. Thank you. When you kumbomela Yeguseni When you kumbomela When you mama yangishia When you kumbomela When you keguseni When you kumbomela Mama yangishia.
Welcome to Gallagher Convention Centre. Please note that our venues are non-smoking zones. Kindly mind the venue's specific safety information. For any matters not addressed in this briefing, you can reach our security on 011 266 3026. The ballroom restrooms are located on either side of the ballroom main entrance. The designated smoking area is outside at the bottom of the ballroom stairs. In case of an emergency, a siren will sound, and the fire marshal, dressed in a yellow reflector jacket, will announce the emergency. On their instruction, the venue will be evacuated, and the visitors will be led to the assembly point. There are 2 fire escapes on the east side of the venue, leading directly to the assembly point on Richards Drive, next to the main gate. In the event of a medical emergency, please make your way to the dedicated medic room for this event. Thank you for paying attention to this safety briefing.
In the early 20th century, a piece of low-felt wilderness is set aside for protection. A small act at the time, yet it becomes the first step toward organized conservation in South Africa. From the Sabi Game Reserve under Stevenson Hamilton to the proclamation of the Kruger National Park in 1926, the idea of long-term custodianship begins to take place. As the decades unfold, roads, camps and research stations rise. Communities living alongside the park help shape its future. The National Parks Board and later SANParks build a framework for protection that grows far beyond one landscape. Kruger becomes a landmark of biodiversity and a place of learning. It is supported by rangers, scientists, field teams, and partners who keep its ecosystems alive through seasons of challenge and renewal. Next year marks 100 years since the proclamation of Kruger and 100 years since the beginning of what would grow into today's SANParks. From a a single reserve to a system of 21 functional national parks across South Africa. This journey shows how conservation has matured into a national responsibility. These centenaries also invite us to look forward. Through Vision 2040, SANParks moves toward large connected living landscapes and seascapes that allow people and nature to thrive together. It is work that depends on courage, patience, and shared purpose. Tonight's Kudu Awards stand within that story. We honor South Africans who carry the spirit of conservation in their work, their research, their volunteer service, and their leadership. These awards recognize efforts across the country, both within SANParks and beyond it. As we move toward 2026, we are reminded that the future of our natural heritage rests with all of us. Every act of care, however small, strengthens the legacy we hand to the next generation. Thank you for your part in this journey. Please join us as we open the 2025 Kudu Awards. It is now my pleasure to welcome our program director, Katlego Maboe.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm not quite sure if the microphone is on. I'll try that again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. What an honor and a privilege it is to be with you this evening. And might I say, just to begin with, thank you for that very warm welcome. It felt very genuine, very authentic, heartwarming, as if it was meant. And I only say that because where I apply my trade every day, some of you might know me from a show called Deal or No Deal. And usually when I make the grand entrance onto the stage, people only clap because they think I have money. So tonight walking here, I know that you know I don't have money. I'm here for a completely different purpose, but it is an honor for me to be here with you indeed. Because we are gathered at a very meaningful moment, ladies and gentlemen, in the story of South African national parks. As you might have heard, next year, both SANParks and the Kruger National Park will be marking a 100-year history, a milestone that brings sharply into focus the legacy of conservation that has been built over generations and the responsibility that we carry into the next century. And so tonight, we will be recognizing individuals and partners who continue to strengthen this work that we do that helps us to shape the future that we are preparing to celebrate here tonight. Now, to ensure that everyone enjoys and follows the program, this evening we are joined by our sign language interpreters to my left, Trinity Mukwena and Inos Magagula. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. They'll be guiding us through the proceedings as we go along, of course, alongside me. For those of you who might not be familiar with me, my name is Katlego Maboe, and it is my honor and my privilege to welcome you to the 19th Kudu Awards hosted by South African National Parks. And just for that lady that I bumped into in the foyer, I just want to repeat my name. It's Katlego. Katlego. She said, "Hi, Teboho. Hi." And I said, "Hi," just walked past her. And I'm not going to say who she is, but she might be wearing a red dress in the audience. She might have long or short hair. Who knows, She might be sitting right in my line of sight, but I'm not going to say that, am I? No, of course not. But don't worry, ma'am. It's not as bad as you think. I do find that sometimes I have to repeat my name a couple of times, because people tend to know me by the things that I do in my work. So what you did today is not as bad as this one lady. See, I live in Cape Town, and on one Sunday afternoon, I was walking on the promenade. And as I was, a lady was walking in my line of sight, so we kind of walking in each other's path. And as I got close to her, realizing we were going to bump into each other, I just moved to the side for her to go. And as I moved past her, she pinched my bum. On a Sunday, after church. But when I say she pinched my bum, she actually just grabbed the entire Africa with a little bit of Madagascar. To which I said, "Hey!" And she looked at me and she said, "Hello, insurance." And I said to her, hello, ma'am, indulged her for a moment over there, and she said, how much money are you going to save me today on my insurance? I tried to convince her that I actually don't know anything about insurance. They just hired me to do the adverts. And as I was leaving, she said, sha, sha. So don't worry, ma'am. Teboho, I'll accept that as well for this evening. Now, the Kudu Awards not only celebrate our internal staff, but also the external stakeholders whose contributions empower SANParks to remain a global leader in conservation. And these awards highlight the extraordinary efforts that make our parks more than just places. They turn them into symbols of unity, of hope, and most importantly, our shared heritage. And so, distinguished guests, tonight's Kudu Awards will be live streamed on YouTube because we want to make sure that this message gets out there as far and as wide as possible. So please let your friends, your colleagues, and your family members know to join us at SANParks, where they can catch the live broadcast. And if you're scared of depleting your data, don't worry, we do have free Wi-Fi, because as South Africans, we love free Wi-Fi. Please connect to SANParks Kudu Awards, and the password that you'll be using over there is Kudu2025. Our official hashtags that we'll be using on social media are also hashtag Kudu Awards 2025 and hashtag Live Your Wild on X. I thought we might take this moment just to make sure that we tickle the algorithm a little bit. So everyone, pull out your phones. Do you have your phone with you? Hopefully, everyone, get your phone out. We're about to post our first X's or our tweets, whatever it is they call these days. Open up your X account. There it is. Have you got one, ma'am? Yes? You do have an X account? Yes, ma'am, you do. Okay. So you're going to open it, and then we're going to make a little post. And on your post, you're going to start off with our hashtag. Let's all do this together. Hashtag Kudu Awards 2025. Yeah? And then you'll follow that up with a hashtag Live Your Wild. Okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to go to your emojis. When you go to emojis, go to your most recently used emoji and choose that one. Mine is a smiley face. We won't be accepting any, what do they call those things? Peaches. Don't use those. Okay, you got yours? This is what mine looks like. It's a smiley face. And then, actually, in the emoji descriptor, choose your favorite animal. I'm going to choose an elephant. There it is. And all together, we're going to tweet this and make sure that it gets out there. And hopefully by the end of this evening, our event will be trending on social media. So please don't forget to tag us as well. So tonight, we'll be honoring those who turn challenges into triumphs, bridging the gap between conservation and community. And each nominee here tonight is an example, if you will. They embody excellence and dedication that drives SANParks' mission and ultimately South Africa's sustainable goals. And so to each and every nominee that is seated here tonight, please know this message: you are all champions, and we celebrate your incredible contributions. And speaking of incredible contributions, a lady who made an indelible mark on my life is my late grandmother, Ellen Mohoje. And when I speak about an indelible mark, I speak not just of the beatings I used to receive on occasions, also in some of her sayings. And one of her favorites, when she would walk into the living room just at about 5:30, when it was time for Days of Our Lives, or The Bold and the Beautiful at the time, and the kids were sitting on the couch, and she wanted her favorite spot, she would say this, ka Setswana are, "Ammutla o suthele tlou." Now, if you understand Setswana, you will know what that means, but a rough translation would possibly mean, "May the rabbit make way for the elephant." But more contextually, it would mean, make space for the more important person. And so right now, I consider myself very much the rabbit of this story. It's time for me to make space for the elephant, the matriarch, and the leader. And so to officially welcome you to this special occasion, please join me in giving a warm welcome to the Chief Executive Officer of SANParks, Ms. Hapilwe Sello. You can keep the applause going, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it going. Thank you.
Katlego, Tebogo. Where is he? Yeah, thank you. The elephant.
The matriarch.
The matriarch is more like it, the elephant. You know, we ladies are sensitive about such things. We're sensitive about, about the parallels that are drawn. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. You know, this is always such a beautiful time of the year for us when we stop and celebrate the people that makes SANParks what it is, and we celebrate the contributions of various parties to the mandate of SANParks, which is primarily the conservation of the biodiversity and cultural heritage of this country. And every year it's always good to see my colleagues glammed up when you don't recognize the rangers because they're wearing tuxedos and ball gowns, and you know, that's when you realize that, oh, by the way, oh, it's you. So it happens every single year. Ladies and gentlemen, you're all looking very beautiful. Thank you so much for honoring us. I will start by recognizing the new SANParks Interim Board Chairperson, Mrs. Beryl Ferguson. I'd like to also recognize all the board members of SANParks in attendance, the CEO and MD of Total Energies, Mr. Olagoke Aluka. Thank you for being here. The CEO of F&B Public Sector, not private, public sector banking, Mr. Sipho Selinda. These are partners that have walked a very long road with us as SANParks. The SANParks Honorary Rangers in attendance, the leadership of this very vital partner of SANParks. Welcome. Captains of industry who are here with us today, members of the executive committee of SANParks, members of the media, my beloved colleagues from SANParks, and all friends of SANParks, good evening and welcome. It's always a great honor to welcome you to this event, a celebration of excellence, dedication, and passion in the stewardship of our national parks. Since its inception in 2006, the Kudu Awards have stood as a beacon of recognition within the conservation sector. This event has endured and grown because of the strong partnerships that anchor SANParks and its work. These partnerships remind us that the future of our conservation cannot rest solely on the shoulders of SANParks and the rest of government, but must be carried collectively by government, communities, and corporate South Africa. As you saw in the video earlier on, ladies and gentlemen, we're entering a truly remarkable moment in our national story, the lead up to the Kruger National Park's 100th anniversary next year in 2026. While some of the worthy records related to the area of the national park stretched for years beforehand, so Kruger existed before 1926, it is on the 31st of May 1926 that the Parliament of South Africa, the Union of South Africa at that point, it was not even a republic at that point, passed a National Parks Act and named that protected piece of land the Kruger National Park. And that's what we're celebrating next year, 100 years since that protected piece of land was named. Kruger is more than a park. It's a national symbol, it's an ecological treasure, and one of the most successful conservation stories in the world. In 2026, we intend to tell stories about the century that it has stood as a living testament to South Africa's commitment to conservation. It has preserved vast landscapes, safeguarded iconic species, and created opportunities for research, tourism, and cultural connection. For those of you who may not know, Kruger National Park is in the top 2 destinations that international tourists visit in South Africa. Such is the significance of Kruger National Park. So sometimes when there's an attempt to pull us into debates of the renaming of the park, we choose to keep our silence. Kruger National Park Centenary invites us not only to celebrate history, but also to reflect on the responsibility of carrying this legacy forward for the next 100 years. The projects and contributions of tonight's external award winners bring this responsibility to life. They demonstrate innovation, community partnership, and the collaborative spirit that will sustain Kruger, as well as all our national parks and conservation into the future. Tonight we will also celebrate the dedication of our own personnel whose achievements represent the drive, commitment, and hard work behind the success stories of our country's conservation. Commitments and contributions that keep SANParks thriving. I will pause and just take this moment as well to truly welcome the new SANParks board, led by the interim board member, our board chairperson, Ms. Beryl Ferguson. Our board's leadership will guide us into this new chapter of conservation history, which we have defined as Vision 2040. Before we proceed, allow me to extend our heartfelt appreciation to the sponsors who make this evening possible. Total Energies. Sir, can we recognize Total Energies? As well as First National Bank. They have been unwavering partners of the Kudu Awards since 2006. Their long-standing commitment is more than sponsorship. It is an investment in conservation, community upliftment, and the future of our national parks. We are so grateful, very, very grateful for your continued support and belief in the work that we do as SANParks. To all nominees, I wish you well. This is your night. This is your night. These are the conservation Oscars. Somebody calls it that. Yes, it's your night. May tonight's recognition uplift you, inspire you, and propel you toward even greater impact in conservation, tourism, and community development. And to all of you here tonight, thank you for being part of this auspicious occasion. May this evening not only celebrate excellence, but also spark new ideas, new collaborations, and renewed commitment to the future of our parks and our people. Enjoy and let the celebrations begin. Now, I always leave this part because I like giving people surprises at this stage about who the performer tonight is. I shouldn't say it. You know, it's one of those things, and even our busyness, we actually sit around the table, so who are we going to surprise them with? And it's beginning to be fun, just to identify. Should I tell them? Ladies and gentlemen, have fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lo, for those words of welcome this evening, and for almost stealing my thunder introducing the artists so early on, but really do appreciate it. And I like what Mr. Lo said about the nominees recognizing and understanding that tonight is about you. It is your night. And I wonder if you've taken the moment to look at the person next to you, a nominee or not, people here celebrating conservation, say to each other, this is your night. Enjoy the night. Absolutely, as we celebrate each other tonight. And as we begin and continue the proceedings of the evenings, please do feel free to indulge in the starters that have already been served in front of you. Earlier on, you would have also heard the musings of Ntax, one of our guest artists with his band, who really set the tone for a wonderful evening, and we look forward to hearing more of his artistry and energy a little bit later on in the program. But ladies and gentlemen, you would have heard about our two sponsors this evening, Total Energies and First National Bank, who have offered support to SANParks and to the Kudu Awards. Their contributions have really helped in honoring the work that is being done across our parks and reaffirm our shared purpose guiding us forward. And so for the moment, we'd like to ask you to take a moment to please take a look at the screens and hear their messages of support.
My name is Goki Aluko, Managing Director and CEO of Total Energies Marketing South Africa. It's a pleasure to be here with you and to be able to share this message this evening, as well as celebrate it with some of my colleagues from the Executive Committee of Total Energies South Africa. Miss Beryl Ferguson, Interim Chair of the SANParks Boards, all board members of SANParks, Miss Apilu Eselo, CEO at SANParks, Executive Committee members of SANParks, Total Energies Marketing South Africa representatives, executives from the FNB, all nominees, ladies and gentlemen, the environmental challenges we face from climate change, waste management, biodiversity loss are immense. They are complex and vast. The solutions require mobilization of society as a whole. Everyone should have a role to play. By combining our unique strengths through partnerships, public-private partnerships, we will be able to forge solutions that would otherwise not be possible to achieve in isolation. Ladies and gentlemen, that is why the relationship between Total Energies, FNB and SANParks is more than just a sponsorship. It's about a shared vision of combining efforts for maximum impact to protect the environment for future generations. Over the last 65 years, through our partnership, we've been able to demonstrate and shine the spotlights on the importance of collaboration and working together on projects such as greening communities bordering the Kruger National Park, conservation utilization of fisheries in the Naisna Estuary, work and learn on the Wild Side of Life program at the Kruger National Park, and supporting the SANParks Air Wing projects to combat rhino poaching. Total Energies is a broad energy company that produces and markets energies from oil and natural gas to biofuels to renewables, as well as electricity from renewable sources. We have the ambition to becoming one of the top 5 producers of renewable electricity in the world. Through this process, Total Energies is committed to providing cleaner, reliable, affordable, and accessible energy to as many people as possible. I would like to congratulate SANParks for launching its own big dream. Like ours, Vision 2040 is about seeing a future by challenging norms and having a strong purpose to drive innovation and change. Let me remind you that to achieve this goal, we must remember that to be a visionary requires creativity, courage, a strategic mindset to turn bold ideas into a reality, often by inspiring others to join in and move forward together. Congratulations to all the nominees and deserving winners. I am delighted you're getting the recognition you deserve for the hard work and for your firm belief and the protection of our environment, for us and for the future generation. In closing, I'd like to reiterate that we appreciate and value our relationship with SANParks, and we are looking forward to working with you for many more years. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We stand here today proud of a partnership that has spanned 2 decades, a partnership rooted in a shared belief that protecting South African natural heritage is not just a responsibility, but a privilege. Last year, ladies and gentlemen, as you might remember, we reflected on 30 years of democracy and the importance of safeguarding our wildlife. This year, we look forward to the future envisioned by SANParks Vision 2040, a future where conservation leads the way, driving environmental sustainability while enabling equitable access and socio-economic impact for all South Africans. This vision reminds us that what we do today shapes the tomorrow of our children and grandchildren. It's about creating a country where abundant wildlife, pristine landscapes, and thriving communities coexist. A legacy, ladies and gentlemen, that we can all be proud of.
I couldn't agree with you more, Sipho. At FNB, we share this commitment. Our sustainability initiatives, from reducing our carbon footprint to supporting conservation education, reflect our belief that progress and preservation must go hand in hand. SANParks Vision 2040 speaks to connecting society, promoting responsible tourism, and preserving our natural heritage for generations to come. These are values we deeply resonate with. As a corporate citizen, we embrace our role in uplifting communities and supporting efforts that strengthen tourism and economic growth, while protecting the environment we all depend on.
Tonight, we celebrate the champions of this cause, individuals and organizations who embody the spirit of Vision 2040 through their dedication to conservation. Ladies and gentlemen, whether you take home an award or not, your work is the heartbeat of a sustainable future. In closing, FNB is proud to work alongside SANParks on this journey. Together, we are shaping a legacy of hope, harmony, and heritage for all South Africans. Ladies and gentlemen, before I say enjoy the evening, I just want to thank the executive of SANParks for trusting us in this partnership. Thank you so much. Enjoy the evening, ladies and gentlemen, and look after yourselves.
A big thank you to our sponsors for their valuable support that we've had the privilege of enjoying since the inception of the Kudu Awards in 2005. And as you heard, whether you walk out of here with an award or not this evening, your work is being celebrated, so do enjoy every moment. And now, distinguished guests, it's my humble honor to welcome onto the stage SANParks Interim Board Chair, Ms. Beryl Ferguson, who'll give us the keynote address.
Good evening, everybody. Hapilwe, when you said everybody looks fabulous and you didn't recognize the Rangers because they're now in their fineries, I can see that. It's a wonderful, wonderful evening. And so thank you so much, Program Director, for leading us tonight. I just want to acknowledge some people. There are some people who have not arrived, unfortunately, because of the weather. But I want to acknowledge all the SANParks board members that are here this evening, and of course our beautiful CEO, Ms. Alpilwe Selo, and our executives. They've worked extremely hard to give us this evening. The CEO and MD of Total, Mr. I think you said Goke. I should say Goke. Mr. Goke Aluka and Mr. Sipho Selinda, who I don't believe is here right now. SANParks Honorary Rangers leadership, we've always had the Honorary Rangers, and they've walked with us for many, many years. The captains of the industry, members of the media, who we do sincerely appreciate, our distinguished guests, friends of SANParks, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say that I also see our CEOs and our chairpersons of our sister organizations, SANBI, and the weather services. I'm not sure Isamangalisu's here, but certainly we welcome you here. It's a real honor for me to be standing here this evening as the interim board chair at SANParks and to deliver this keynote address for the 2025 Kudu Awards, an occasion that shines a light on the best of who we are as SANParks. The last time I had the privilege and the honor of standing on the stage and welcoming all of you and the awardees was almost 9 years ago. And so for me, this is a little bit like coming home. The Kudu Awards and the CEO Awards are much more than a ceremony of acknowledgement. It is the reaffirmation of the values that define us as custodians of South Africa's natural and cultural heritage. They recognize the extraordinary contributions, often unseen, often made in the face of daunting challenges, that keep our protected areas vibrant, keeps it resilient, and central to our national identity. Tonight we honor those who embody the spirit of the Kudu, poised in leadership, courageous in adversity, and unwavering in service. We stand tonight on a foundation built through determination, foresight, and exceptional leadership. The previous board, led by Ms. Yako, the former chairperson, steered SANParks through some of the most challenging years in the history of our organization. We faced relentless rhino poaching threats. We had the collapse of tourism during COVID-19. We faced complex land claim resolutions and the urgent need for organizational renewal. But despite all these pressures, they delivered a record of achievement that deserves our deep appreciation. They successfully restored financial stability and placed SANParks again on the path of sustained financial growth. And that was only done through disciplined governance, strengthened oversight, and the revitalization of our revenue strategy. Just another thing that the previous board also did when we recovered from the shocks of pandemic and they rebuilt the reserves and improved the surpluses. It's one of those quiet successes that nobody talks about, but it is there. Our visitor numbers has surpassed pre-pandemic levels. Socioeconomic programs are delivering real benefits to neighboring communities, and park expansion programs continue to advance. These gains were not accidental. They were the fruits of deliberate and principled leadership. Moreover, the most enduring legacy of the previous board is the bold, inclusive development of Vision 2040. And you've heard the previous speakers talk of that. SANParks undertook one of the most extensive consultative processes in its history. We engaged with more than 1,600 stakeholders, traditional leaders, communities, youth, women's groups, scientists, partners, and conservation practitioners across the world. Vision 2040 reimagines conservation as a people-centered endeavor in which ecological protection, social equity, cultural preservation, and economic inclusion reinforced one another. At the heart of it lies the groundbreaking mega living landscapes. Its vast interconnected land and seascapes anchored by national parks, but alive with community participation, sustainable agriculture, heritage sites, and biodiversity economic activities. This strategy is now embedded in the 2025-2030 strategic plan, so it gives us as SANParks a unified long-term direction and a transformative mandate. As the incoming board, we acknowledge with respect leaderships that have come before us, the Pam Yakos, Joanne Yawiges, Cheryl Carolus, Hunseni Dlamini, Murphy Morope. These are just some of the past chairpersons that have brought SANParks to where it is today. And as this board, we make this commitment to safeguard, to strengthen, and accelerate the legacy left by the previous boards. We commit ourselves to consolidating the financial recovery they have achieved, expanding revenue streams, reinforcing governance excellence, and ensuring that SANParks remains financially resilient in this unpredictable global environment. We do also commit ourselves to advancing Vision 2040, not as a document on the shelf, but as a living operational blueprint. Our focus is clear: strengthen community beneficiation programs, drive biodiversity economy opportunities, advance co-management solutions linked to land reform, integrate indigenous knowledge into planning and into operations, and then roll out the first full-scale mega living landscapes. This is the foundation that we've inherited. It is the foundation that we as this board intend to build upon with discipline, with urgency, and national purpose. Conservation in our era cannot be a practice of exclusion or isolation. It must be inclusive, participatory, and firmly rooted in the lived realities of the people who call South Africa our home. Vision 2040 embodies the shift. It refocuses our protected areas as spaces of connection, of livelihoods, knowledge, and pride, not only for visitors, but for communities who live alongside them. It challenges us to dissolve old boundaries and to replace them with partnerships that drive shared values. Tonight's finalists and recipients are the living proof that inclusive conservation is not just an aspiration, it is active. It's a daily practice. You are the connectors, the bridge builders, and the champions. You demonstrate that ecological integrity and community prosperity are inseparable. Realizing this inclusive vision requires exceptional leadership. It requires courage. It requires discipline. It calls for innovation, collaboration, and a deep commitment to public service. So tonight we salute the individuals and the teams recognized through the Chief Executive and Kudu Awards. Your contributions strengthen SANParks. It shapes the national conservation landscape and ensures that future generations inherit a healthier and more resilient environment. We extend our appreciation to our partners, both corporate, academic, government, civil society, traditional leaders, donors, and the media. Your support amplifies the work and accelerates our ability to deliver on Vision 2040 in a manner that leaves no one behind. And as we approach the centenary of the iconic Kruger National Park, we are reminded not only of its history, but of the magnitude of our shared responsibility. 100 years ago, visionaries laid the foundations for the legacy that reshaped conservation on the African continent and defined a national identity of conservation rooted in pride, resilience, and stewardship. Today, we are standing on the threshold of the next century. We are called to match. We are called to exceed that spirit of imagination and of courage. For if the first 100 years was about establishing and protecting these landscapes, the next 100 years will be about transforming them into shared and inclusive spaces. The century ahead demands more than continued guardianship. It requires us to reimagine conservation itself. It calls for ideas bold enough to meet the climate pressures head-on, partnerships deep enough to anchor communities at the center of decision-making, the financial stewardship to be strong enough not only to ensure that SANParks survives, but that SANParks thrives. Inclusive conservation cannot be a slogan. It must be a defining principle that guides how we work, how we lead, and how we aspire for our future generations. And so, as we honor excellence tonight, let the achievement of these extraordinary individuals and teams be more than just a celebration of what has been done. Let their courage, innovation, and commitment galvanize us to aim higher, to think bolder, and to lead with integrity. They remind us that the future of our parks, our people's natural and cultural heritage, will not be written by circumstance, but by the choices that we make today. So to all the award recipients across the Chief Executive Awards and the Kudu Awards, you light the path forward. You are the vanguard of conservation in our country, and tonight we celebrate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Ferguson, for that keynote address that certainly reminded us of where we come from and has also kept our focus firmly on the path ahead. We really do appreciate those warm words. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge the arrival of the Bakwena King from Kwakwa, Morena Moholo Mopedi. Thank you very much for joining us. And now, before we get to the main awards of the evening and all the dancing that is associated with that a bit later on, dinner is about to be served. Do enjoy, and I'll see you back here shortly. Thank you. Kill the mic.
le king e kati mo le tsware e molomi le kae maragwanenge ramasela we wana walla molomi le king e kati mo le tsware e molomi le kae maragwanenge umama kae basaile masimo ora kholo ba kae bona basaile maburu umama kae sho basaile maburu ora kholo ba kae bona basaile masimo moteleletie. There is no sugar. 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 Motelele. 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 There is no sugar. 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 Yes, there is no sugar. There is no sugar. Sugar. Thank you so much. If you must so many take one. Please sing along. If you don't know the song, you just dance along. As soon as it's done, it's in. Shemangamona kanifatenge Jo upele tirele ke yamanana Libitola hai kimba pushuri Ure kisari pompo Zamahuwa monate Ukadita ukangoma la muhoko Yela baby yeto Mapuchuka atabile kamona kamira funo Akuputi mapushuri ratola pilu yame Yame Yelelesi mono Ukasija ukangoma la muhoko Yela baby Yele Jo 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 I'm sure you remember this one. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody say, you waiting for your name to be called. What do you say? Your body shaking with disbelief. Tell us more. 'Cause you never ever wait for it. You're sounding so beautiful. You're waiting for your name to be called. Your body is shaking with disbelief. Tell us more. 'Cause you never ever wait for it. Everybody, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Your name to be called. Your body shaking with disbelief. 'Cause you never ever wait for it before. Whoa, 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 whoa. Tori, what shall we do? Sense ja, yes sir. I want to hear everybody say. Tori, what shall we do? Sense Johnny. Oh, Tori, what shall we do? Sense Johnny. One more time. Hey, Tori, what shall we do? Sense Johnny. I had to meet you here today. Yeah, Mom. There's just so many things to say. Oh, you don't know this one. You don't know this one. Please don't stop me till you know it. Say, this is something. Yes. Now, let's sing louder. Okay, if you're not sure, just say ta-la-la-la-la, ta-la. Say, please darling, don't you cry. Everybody say, say, say. Ingabe siyatanda uyaluma standard silale matogena. Say dimatwa kuwe uyaluma standard silale matogena. Say kuwe lo uyaluma standard silale matogena. Nati wakuwe uyalo bastandane silale matoge. Okay, everybody say Basani mam divis what I need. Okay, let's say. Uloni wewa yi tutula. Uloni wewa yi tutula. Say, uloni wewa yi tutula. Ayi Congo mame, Congo, Congo mama. What's, ayi Congo mame, Congo, Congo mama. What's, let's go. 1, 2, shebele zanjalo, yeguseni, nata mama, chiga. Shebele zanjalo, yeguseni, nata mama. Chiga. 1, 2, la chiga. What's up? What's up? 1, 2, chiga. Somebody scream. What's chiga? Congo, mame. Congo. Let's hear the voices. You Congo, mame. Congo. Congo, mama. City. Awe, oh. Awe, ah. Awe, oh. Awe. Awe, oh. Awe, oh, everyone, let's go. 1, 2, we're booty, we're sisi, we're sisi, we're sisi, we're sisi, we're sisi, what's, say, yeah, mama, now, we're sisi, Tonight, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. What's we're not tonight, get it locked up. We're not tonight, it's high fish and chips. Anani umoru, isayama panishi, akwidani mangola, achali chakalaka, isaya bulebos. Let's go! 1, 2, 3. Agasakena, kundamaruga, ikabichoni. Agasakena, kundamaruga, ikabichoni. Onaka gambo numtaka baba yeshulegu. Onaka gambo. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, say. La tanayi. La tanayi. 3 times. Tanayi. Tanayi. 3 times. Tonight. We are done. You are as a no. Siola. As a banana. As a no. Siola. As a banana. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, do we have Mape anymore? Mape, people from Limpopo. Do you have people from Limpopo? Yeah? Let's try this, Victor. I'm out after this one. Moleta Israel, Arobani, Ayate, come, Arobani, pass. Moleta Israel, Arobani, Ayate, Arobani. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Thank you so much. God bless.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Ntlax and the band. That's one way of digesting the food you had at dinner. Now everyone has their discovery steps in for the day. What a beautiful blend of music celebrating our rich heritage of music. Was I the only one that I was waiting for him to go? Kiri munyako watimiti utenwa kasheleng hey aho. I've got a haliti Lord. Kiri munyako watimiti utenwa kasheleng hey aho. Hi. Kiri munyako watimiti utenwa kasheleng hey aho. Everything. Hey, Aho. Guys, even the CEO was on the dance floor. Hi, Bangane, hi. Well, we are definitely in the mood and ready to celebrate our award winners as we begin with the award segment of the night. And as we begin, I'd like to give a special word of thanks to all of our SANParks employees for your daily efforts and your excellent performance in your daily duties all across the entire spectrum, all the way from our executive committee and every single staff member. Please give yourselves a round of applause. So we'll begin this part of the evening with the Chief Executive Awards. And to help us in presenting the first award of the evening, please welcome onto the stage SANParks board member, Ms. Rachel Ngele, together with SANParks Managing Executive, Tourism Development and Marketing, Ms. Kaula Nyilenda Mpapuli, to present the Best Customer Service Award. A round of applause, please.
Best Customer Service Award. This award shall be conferred to any individual within the organization based on positive feedback received from tourists. It shall be an act of exceptional customer service to tourists. We received 9 nominations in this category, and they are...
There are our nominees in our very first award of the evening, the Best Customer Service Award. And the first recipient to come onto the stage, congratulations, Johanna Mokhokole, Kruger National Park. Am I seeing Johanna coming up to the stage? Can I get an indication? Is Johanna in the house? Yes, she is. Let's give her a round of applause. Here she comes. Maestro, you can give us some music to usher Johanna onto the stage. The first recipient of our Best Customer Service Award. Big smile for the photo opportunity there. There we go. And if you are a winner tonight, ladies and gentlemen, these are the Kudu Awards, but if you feel the spirit of the Springbok making you want to just jump up in celebration, feel free, please. Next up onto the stage, we congratulate Willem Philander from the Arid region. Ladies, please remain on stage for this first category. Yes, we've got 3 winners in this category, and here's Mr. Philander. That's right. Baie geluk. Congratulations. And also receiving Best Customer Service Award, Jamila Precious Njini, Kruger National Park. A big round of applause for our first award recipients. Congratulations. There's a lot to carry. Maybe we'll get one of our ushers to please help Miss Njini with her prizes. Oh, it's a massive certificate, a check, and a trophy. And to you, Miss Ngele and Miss Nyilenda Mpapuli, please take a seat. Thank you very much for assisting. I'd now like to invite SANParks Interim Board Chairperson, Ms. Beryl Ferguson, as well as SANParks Chief Executive Officer, Ms. Hapilwe Sillo, to help us to present the next award, which is the Outstanding Leadership Award.
Outstanding Leadership Award. This award shall be conferred upon someone who consistently exhibits or displays exceptional leadership qualities at all levels in the organization. In this category, we have 8 nominees, and they are:
Those are our nominees in the Outstanding Leadership Award category. We have 2 winners. The first recipient is Mpadeni Ntangeni from the Mapungubwe National Park and World Heritage Site. There he is, make some noise. Also receiving an award for outstanding leadership this evening. Congratulations, Roland January, Addo Elephant National Park. A wonderful achievement indeed for our winners. True reflection of hard work that pays off. And ladies, thank you very much. You may take your seats. We appreciate it. Thank you to Ms. Ferguson and Ms. Sillo. Next up, we invite onto the stage SANParks board member, Ms. Flora Mokhoshwa, together with SANParks Chief Financial Officer, Ms. Priti Makukule, to help us in presenting the next award, the Best Performing Unit or Division.
Best Performing Unit or Division Award. This award shall be based on the performance of business units in rendering the specific services required by the organization or other business units. It shall be based at the level of a division, department, or business unit that is providing a specific service. We have 3 nominations, and they are:
These are our nominees. And the winner, Titicama Technical Team, Titicama section of the Garden Route National Park. Fantastic award and achievement for the team. Well done to you. Congratulations to our team. And Ms. Mokhoshwa and Ms. Makukule, please take your seats as well. To present the next awards, please welcome SANParks board member Ms. Rachel Nele and SANParks Head of Communications and spokesperson JP Lowe to the stage to present the Best Performing Camp of the Year award.
Now we move on to the Best Performing Camp of the Year. Best Performing Camp of the Year. This award shall be based on the camp that has come up with the most innovative measures in meeting the financial and human resource constraints that the organization sees itself facing, and many other tourism-related achievements. In the Best Performing Camp of the Year award, we received 8 nominations, and the nominees are:
In the subcategory Small, the Best Performing Camp of the Year award goes to Lilydale Rest Camp, Arid Region. Here they come. Let's give them a round of applause. Lily Tail.
Niggas smelling nice, tapako rapani. Oma wati makoya ma yorupani. Why see that omo alaji way that I be ballin' omo woman pay me chagapan. Chagapan, 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 chagapan. Oma pay me chagapan. Chagapan, chagapan, oma pay me chagapan. Chagapan, ain't nobody but I done. Got them niggas shivering like winter, no na hamatan. Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam. They tried to feed me beef, I told them boys.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we doing big, we never doing mini. Yes, spicy, but
In the subcategory large, the best performing camp of the year is Satara Rest Camp Kruger National Park. Congratulations. This is our winner, Satara Rest Camp, in the subcategory large in the best performing camp of the year. Enjoy the celebrations tonight. Thank you very much. You may take your seats. And Mr. Ngale and Mr. Low, you may also take your seats. Thank you so much. Next up, I'd like to invite SANParks board member Raymond Mabue, as well as SANParks Chief Audit Executive, Mr. Lutendo Makhadi, to present the best performing park of the year.
Best Performing Park of the Year. This award is based on a park that has come up with the most innovative measures in meeting the financial and human resource constraints that the organization sees itself facing. The park should display long-term stability in sustaining its performance by having supportive stakeholders and neighbors. We have 5 nominees in this category, and they are
Congratulations to our winners from Kalahadi, Transfrontier Park, Arid Region. A long-lost reunion just happened right now on the stage. There you go. Also taking home a Best Performing Park of the Year award, we congratulate Wilderness Section, Garden Route National Park. Here come our winners from Wilderness Section, Garden Route National Park. There we go. A prize well deserved indeed for your hard work. Congratulations. Enjoy the moment of celebration. And enjoy this moment. You know that it lasts for 1 year. Next year there'll be competition to retain that title. Congratulations. You may take your seat, and to Mr. Mabue and Mr. Makhadi as well. Thank you so much for assisting in this category. Next up, I'd like to invite SANParks board member Ms. Huitsemang Matebula, together with SANParks Head of Human Capital Management, Ms. Makhomu Humlo, to present the Excellent Performance in the Workplace Award.
Excellent Performance in the Workplace Award. These awards are for outstanding efforts in the workplace for people who go the extra mile on more than one occasion in terms of good quality work, feedback, communication, control of budgets, and available resources. We received a total of 47 nominees in this category, very hotly contested. And the winners are
Mwiteki Machavi, Northern Region. Here she comes. Congratulations, Mwiteki, one of our winners of the Excellent Performance in the Workplace Award. There we go. Thank you for that. Woo-hoo. Also joining Mwiteki as the winner of an Excellent Performance in the Workplace Award, Heston McCabe, Frontier Region. There he is. And while Heston enjoys his photo moment, let's also congratulate Eugenia Silwane, Groenkloof National Park. Heston, if you can't handle that check, I'll take it. It's fine. It's all right. I'll help you. Okay. Yes! Also receiving an Excellent Performance in the Workplace Award. Congratulations goes to Peter Bezuidenhout, Arid Region. Next up on the stage, Danisile Mkhatshwa, Kruger National Park. Come on up and receive your award, Johan Mhluli, Kruger National Park. And while Johan makes his way to the stage, Get ready to make your appearance and to receive your award, Mornay Skippers, Cape Region. There we go. And following in Mornay's footsteps, also receiving an award for excellent performance in the workplace, Waltamzimba, Kruger National Park. While Walter makes his way, also make your way to the stage, Abatakari Mudau, Northern Region. We also congratulate Vanessa van der Berg, Kruger National Park. Get ready to receive your award following in Vanessa's footsteps, Dion Macherman, Cape Region. Also joining the team on the stage to celebrate their award, Stephen Nell, Kruger National Park. Congratulations also goes to Nadia Brooks, Garden Route National Park. And while Nadia is making her way to the stage, you can also make your way to the stage, Tinyiko Ndlovu, Northern Region. You can just hold on 1 second, let Nadia have the spotlight first. There we go. You can also make your way to the stage, Damon Frieslar, Northern Region. Let's also acknowledge Reginald Christian, Arid Region. Also congratulations goes to Jan Slingers, Cape Region. And then finally in this category, also receiving an award for excellent performance in the workplace, Hedisani Mzaba from the Kruger National Park. Congratulations, Reginald. That concludes the group of our excellent performance in the workplace award group. Please let's give them all a big round of applause. Thank you also to Ms. Matebula and Ms. Umlo for your patience and for your presentation of those awards. Well done, ladies. Next up, I'd like to invite SANParks board member Ms. Flora Mokhoshwa, as well as SANParks Head of Socio-Economic Transformation, Ms. Skumza Njanga, to present the Research, Initiatives and Innovation Award.
Research, Initiatives and Innovation Award. This shall be based on contributions to new and cross-cutting research and creative ideas aimed at improving the performance of individuals and the organization. In other words, one must have come up with different ways of doing things in a manner that assists in improving organizational productivity. There are 4 nominations in this category, and they are...
There are the nominees, and the award goes to Richtersveld Transfrontier Park, Arid Region. Here comes the team from Richtersveld Transfrontier Park, the first recipients of our Research, Initiatives and Innovation Award. Also receiving an award for Research, Initiatives and Innovation Award, Stephen Midzi, Kruger National Park. But it's Steve. Fantastic moment to celebrate all of your hard work. Well done and congratulations. Congratulations, sir. And ladies, you may take your seats. Thank you so much, Ms. Mokhotra and Ms. Njanga. Next up, I'd like to invite SANParks board member, Ms. Catherine Warburton, as well as SANParks Managing Executive for Kruger National Park, Mr. Oscar Mtimkulu, to help us to present the award for Best Ranger Post of the Year.
The Ranger Post of the Year Award. This award shall be based on the performance of a ranger post that has executed its duties in line with the 3 core business pillars under which SANParks operates. This award shall be based on innovative measures employed in tackling the challenges of the park as articulated in the strategic plan of the organization, as well as the Protected Areas Management Act results. We have 4 nominees in this category, and they are...
And the winners are Western Section, Waterford, Cape Region. Congratulations, and thanks to Ms. Warburton and to Mr. Mtimkulu. You may also take your seats. Next up, I'd like to invite back onto the stage the interim SANParks Board Chairperson, Beryl Ferguson, as well as Ms. Happy Lusillo, our CEO of SANParks, to present the Bravery Award.
The Shield Award, Bravery Award. The award shall be bestowed on someone who has shown extraordinary bravery to save a colleague, tourist, or any person's life or an animal's life under any circumstances, but with specific reference to work-related situations. We have 2 nominees in this category, and the nominees are...
Now, in recognition of your exceptional bravery and dedicated efforts leading to the successful arrest and prosecution of a murderer who was targeting visitors at the Table Mountain National Park, the winner of the Bravery Award, James Minye, Table Mountain National Park. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. James Minye, the winner of our Bravery Award. Well done, sir. And to our powerhouse ladies, thank you very much. You may take your seats.
Thank you to the panel of adjudicators who adjudicated the Chief Executive Awards for the 2024-2025 financial year. The panel consisted of
Frans van Rooyen, Park Manager, Kalahari Transfrontier Park. Mpadeni Ntangeni, Park Manager, Mapungubwe National Park and World Heritage Site. Ketiwe Silubani, General Manager, Finance, Kruger National Park. Pearl Tladi, Manager, Financial Administration, Kruger National Park. Pat Bobabe, Park Manager, Tizigama Section of the Garden Route National Park. Rodney Lucas, Senior Manager, Corporate Transformation, Groenkloof National Park. Bulelwa Msengi, Park Manager, Karoo National Park. Busisiwe Mazibuko, Senior Manager, Corporate Finance, Groenkloof National Park. And Tiraj Nariandas, Senior Manager, Agulhas National Park. A big round of applause for our panel of adjudicators, please. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we would not have been able to get this far without the help of various institutions and individuals such as the SANParks Honorary Rangers. And these are true South Africans who have put their resources where their mouth is. So please help me in welcoming onto the stage the Chief Executive Officer of SANParks Honorary Rangers, Mr. Jimmy Tell, Chairperson of the SANParks Honorary Rangers, Mr. Paul Kolditz, as well as SANParks Managing Executive, Tourism, Development and Marketing, Ms. Kaula Nyilenda Mpapuli, to present the SANParks Honorary Rangers Awards.
SANParks Honorary Rangers Awards. In the SANParks Honorary Rangers Awards, we have 3 subcategories, and they are Best Region of the Year, Small, Best Region of the Year, Large, and Best Project of the Year.
And the winner in the subcategory Small in the Best region of the year is Arid Region of the SANParks Honorary Rangers. Congratulations to our winner. In the large subcategory, the Best Region of the Year award goes to Virtual Region. And the winner of the Best Project of the Year award goes to Preventing Plant Extinction's Arid Region. Big round of applause for our winners, and thank you so much to our award presenters, Ms. Nyilenda Mpapuli, Mr. Colditz, and Mr. Tal. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've now concluded the Chief Executive Awards of the evening, and we're now ready to move on to the Kudu Awards. But before we do that, please join me in welcoming back onto the stage Ntlaks, your favorite Ntlaks, to the stage for a very special performance. And in that time, please take your time to stretch your legs a little bit, reconnect with your colleagues, and when we get back here, we will be, of course, commencing with our Kudu Awards. Recharge your glasses and enjoy some dessert as well. Thank you very much.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see the bloom for me and you. They're nothing to myself. What a wonderful world. What a wonderful world. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see the bloom for me and you. They're nothing to myself. What a wonderful world. What a wonderful world. Bwa 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 bwa. Whip 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 whip. Whip 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 whip. Whip up whip up whip whip up whip whip up. Bwa 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 bwa. Bwa 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 bwa. Ska-da-dee-da-da. Ska-da-dee-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ska-da-da-da-dee-da-da. Eyes it rains offering, red roses cheap. I see them blow for me and you. Then I think to myself, what a wonderful world. What a wonderful thank you so much. It's too late. Say you love me, and it's too late. Say you need me, baby. It's all right, oh yeah. It's too late to love me now. It's too late, oh baby. Said you love me, but it's too late. Said you need me. It's alright, baby. Alright, baby. It's too late to love me now. It's too late. Say you love me, baby. Oh yeah, it's too late, lady. Say you need me. So right. It's too late to love me. No. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I know a place I can always run to in times of distress, confusion and fear. When the enemy surrounds me, Father, I know in you I'm strong, 'cause you keep me and guide me in the shadow of your wings. I know a place I can always run to in times of distress, confusion and fear. When the enemy surrounds me, Father, I know in you I'm strong. You keep me and guide me in the shadow of your wings. In the shadow of your wings, I know I am safe. In the shadow of your wings, I find relief. 'Cause you hold me and you guide me. With your righteous hand, I find rest, peace of mind. In the shadow of your wings, and it says, I am safe in the shadow of your wings. I am safe in the shadow of your wings. Oh yeah, I am safe in the shadow of your wings. Oh, 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 oh. I am safe in the shadow. Oh, I am safe in the shadow of your wings. I am safe in the shadow of your wings. Thank you so much. I wanna be there when the people are return around, when they triumph over poverty. I wanna be there when the people win the battles against AIDS. I wanna lend a hand. I wanna be there for the alcoholic. I wanna be there for the drug addict. I wanna be there for the victims of violence and abuse. I wanna let it send me to Mamina, to Mamina, as he's work, to Mamina, Gizoya, Gita, to Mamina, as he's work, to Mamina, Gizoya, Gita, yes, it's Melanie, Yema. Yes, it is Melanie. Yeah, Mama, say me. Hello, machine. Let me hear the voices only. To Mamina, to Mamina. Yes, it's when it is. Oh, yeah. Guitar does it. To Mamina, to Mamina, to Mamina. Yes, it's when it is. Oh, yeah. Guitar does it. To Mamina, to Mamina. Yes, it's when it is. Oh, yeah. Guitar does it. Ta la la la, ta la la la. Oh, ta la 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 la. Eshe, ta la la la. Ta la la la, ta la la la. Ta la la la, ta la la, ta la la, ta la la, ta la la. Ta la la la, ta la la la, ta la la la, ta la la. Everybody say, Chomamina, Chomamina. Yes, it's when it is. Oh yeah. Let's say the audience only. Chomamina, Chomamina. Chomamina, Chomamina. Give yourself a round of applause. You're sounding so beautiful. It's the man. Let's go. One, two, three. Apparently I need to stop this one, so I'm gonna do it as short as I can. I'm just gonna do the poem only. I'm listening to my leaders today. There's a train that comes from Namibia and Malawi. And there's a train that comes from Zambia and Zimbabwe. There's a train that comes from Angola and Mozambique, from Lesotho, from Botswana, from Swaziland, from all the hinterland of Southern and Central Africa. This train carries young and old African men work on scripture to come and work on contract in the golden realms of Johannesburg and its surrounding metropolis. 16 hours or more a day for almost no pay. Damn. Deep down in the belly of the earth, when they are digging and drilling for that shiny, mighty massive stone, when they dish for that mishmash food into the iron plate with the iron shank. Or when they're sitting there stinky, funky, filthy, flea-ridden barracks and hostels, they think about the loved ones they may never see again because they might already be with the guns, bombs, tear gas, the Gatling and the cannon. And whenever they hear the choo-choo train, they go like jogging and smoking and pushing and kicking and pumping and crying and whipping, smoking and pushing and jogging and kicking and smoking and crying and whipping and smacking and jogging and pumping and smoking and pushing. They always cast, and they cast the cauldron that brought them to Johannesburg. Stimela, siyamangabala, sibeleta lako baye. Sangilahla kwakuqa wemabe uthi sizuba malahle. Zuba malahle. Iyo. Something what's your price? Well, Sija, Ololo Mame, Emi Godini, Mama, Kalalabo, cherry batu, Asimu Yelemu, Tikalisi, Ganazachi, Asimu Yelemu, Tikalisi, come on, Steamela, 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 Sakilala wakuka wemabe wathi siso mamalahle su mamalahle. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, the incredible Clarks and the band taking us way back. It's like we were in a live concert performance. Absolutely beautiful melodies. Thank you so much for that. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming back for the next part of our evening. Now, while the Chief Executive Awards celebrate SANParks staff, we now move on to the Kudu Awards, by which SANParks recognizes the many people and the organizations that make exceptional contributions. And of course, to conservation. For example, we're talking about young people, women, businesses, and even schools. These awards are meant to acknowledge and appreciate the work that is being done out there in this field. Now, the process involved in deciding the winners of the Kudu Awards begins with nominations that are then accompanied by extensive motivations. A panel of adjudicators then makes their investigation and verification of the information on the motivation, and now I sound like a bit of a rapper, but that was the process we followed. Our panel of adjudicators then dedicated their time and expertise guiding SANParks through this journey. In fact, let's right now take a moment to acknowledge the members of our panel. And here they are, you'll see them on your screen. They are Mr. William Mabasa, Manager Communications and Knowledge Resource, Jeff 7. Ms. Elizabeth Nhlongo, SANParks General Manager, Socioeconomic Transformation. Ms. Liz Makhalimele, Account Executive, FNB Commercials. Ms. Oliswa Vuyekaba, FNB Regional Director, Gauteng. Ms. Augustina Mabuya, Total Energies CSI Specialist. Ms. Pedzi Gozo, WWF HOD Strategic Communications. Mr. Brendan Siri, The Citizen, Freelance Media and Marketing Consultant. Mr. Jimmy Tell, SANParks Honorary Rangers Member and of the Executive Committee, as well as Ms. Nogulunga Ngumalo from SANBI, Director Biodiversity Education and Public Management. A big round of applause for our panel of external adjudicators. Next up on the stage, I'd like to invite Total Energies MD and CEO, Mr. Olagoke Aluka, as well as FNB Public Sector Banking CEO, Mr. Sipho Silinda, to present the Kudu Awards, starting with the Associate Partners of the Year.
Associate Partners of the Year Award. This award is given to private entities, organizations, employees, members, or business partners of SANParks. We received 2 nominations in this category, and the nominees are...
And the winner is Kruger Lofeld Chamber of Business and Tourism, KLCBT. There they are. Congratulations, ladies, to the team at Kruger Lofeld Chamber of Business and Tourism. Now we move on to our Community Contribution to Conservation Award.
Community Contribution to Conservation Award. This award is given to an individual, group, or project that has advanced the cause of sustainable conservation of our biodiversity and cultural heritage in their communities and/or others. There are 4 nominees in this category, and they are...
And the award goes to Earthlink Community Youth Group. There we go. Congratulations to Earthlink Community Youth Group, the winners of our Community Contribution to Conservation Award. Our next category is Environmental Education Award.
Environmental Education Award. This award shall be given to a group of learners, educators, and school, primary or secondary education institutions, private or public, as well as private individuals that have contributed to educational programs that further the conservation of our biodiversity and cultural heritage or reduce the environmental impacts of climate change and pollution. These programs should be community-based and could include cleanup projects, recycling initiatives, water conservation, agricultural livelihoods, food gardens, efficient use of natural resources, or any other similar projects. Further recognition will be given to postgraduate PhD candidates who have completed research on conservation, climate change, water conservation and/or management, food security, the UN Sustainable Development Goals, tourism, cultural heritage sites, environmental and social risk and opportunity management, environmental and conservation education and capacity building, biodiversity, and socio-economic development. We have 3 nominees for the Environmental Education Award. The nominees are...
It must be mentioned, a hotly contested category, bringing out the ultimate winner of the award as Sarah Mackey, Ubumama Outdoor Classroom. Big congratulations once again. And with this, we hope that the education will continue to extend to our neighboring communities as well, and of course, across our national borders. Well done. Here's our next category. That is the Individual Contribution to Conservation Award.
Individual Contribution to Conservation. This award is given to a person who has made a significant contribution to conservation in South Africa, whether through the awarding of land, funds, human resources, or any contributions in kind of goodwill and practical assistance to achieve conservation projects and research. There are 2 nominees in this category, and they are...
And the winner is Elmon Ntomboti, Lubambiswano Community Forum. Congratulations to our winner, Mr. Alman Ntomboti from Lubambiswano Community Forum, the winner of the Individual Contribution to Conservation Award. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. What a moment for the family as well. Our next category is Innovation Award.
Innovation Award. Innovation is crucial to the success of any organization. This award is given to an individual or group of people who can demonstrate that their idea can be translated into a service, app, or product that will address the requirements of conservation, tourism, and/or environmental positive impact in the immediate or long term. It requires energy, passion, creativity, dedication, free thinking, and entrepreneurship that is not constrained by traditional barriers but creates new paradigms and innovative solutions for the future. We received 3 nominations in this category, and they are...
And the winner is Nature Connect. Congratulations to Nature Connect as the winners of our Innovation Award. The next award is the Media Contribution to Conservation Award.
Media Contribution to Conservation and Ecotourism Award. To be eligible for these awards, the applicants should submit a portfolio of work from 1 April of the previous year until 31 March of the current year, 12 months, with a recommendation from the editor, publisher or producer of the media concerned. The stories should show how environmental issues affect people's lives and the solutions around these issues, how the stories have impacted communities, public opinion, or policy. New audiences to be introduced to relevant issues, new issues relevant to existing audiences, stories that demonstrate investigative and journalistic flair. These are 3 subcategories for these awards: Best Journalist, Print or Online, Best Publication, Best Electronic Media, Television or Radio.
In the Best Journalist, Print or Online subcategory, the winner is Savannah Strauss, Rewilding Magazine, SA Magazine. And finally, in the Best Electronic Media, Television or Radio category, congratulations goes to Ulrich Hendricks and Lereko Mutseko, SABC News. Also receiving an award for Best Electronic Media, Television and Radio category, Sikonati Manjanja, News 24. Here's our next category, Professional Stakeholder.
Professional Stakeholder. This award is given to state or public organs, parastatals, departments or public servants who have made significant contributions to conservation in South Africa in whatever manner. We received 1 nomination in this category, and it is a truly deserving winner. The award goes to
National Sea Rescue Institute, based in the Titicama section of the Garden Route National Park. Congratulations to NSIR, Titicama Base. Well done. And now, on to Women in Conservation Award.
Women in Conservation Award. This award recognizes and celebrates women who are groundbreakers in the areas of conservation, environmental education, tourism, and socio-economic development. In presenting this award, the aim is also to raise awareness among other women of opportunities available in conservation, tourism, and socio-economic issues relating to SANParks' mandate. In the Women in Conservation category, we have 3 nominations, and the nominees are...
And the winner in the 7th edition of the Women in Conservation Award is Kutlwano Masilo, Lapalala Wilderness School. Congratulations, Oskutlwano. Our next award is Youth in Conservation Award.
Youth in Conservation Award. This award shall be given to any young person or youth-led project that is making an outstanding and progressive influence in protecting and improving the environment. The impact that is being made may be through leading a recycling project, transferring skills in the conservation of natural resources, projects that create environmental management awareness, or innovation in promoting responsible nature conservation. The individuals who will be considered within the youth in the conservation category are young people between the ages of 18 to 35 and should be South African citizens. We received 2 nominations in this category, and they are...
And the winner of the Youth in Conservation Award is Tembisa Ntisa Enviro Project. Can we have a big round of applause for Tembisa and all of our winners so far of our Kudu Awards. And also thank you very much to our Total Energies MD and CEO, as well as our FNB Public Sector Banking CEO. Thank you so much for presenting these awards, gentlemen. Much appreciated. Next up, I'd like to invite our SANParks Chief Executive Officer, Ms. Hapilwe Sillo, to present the CEO's Special Award.
CEO Special Award. This award shall be nominated by the CEO based on outstanding, impressive, and/or exceptional contribution as she sees fit, based on general information that is received by her office as well as her own observations and assessment.
She was born and raised on a farm, which shaped her early connection to land and wildlife. She trained as an engineer, bringing analytical rigor and problem-solving skills to her conservation career. In 2004, she was recognized as South Africa's Female Farmer of the Year, reflecting her commitment to sustainable land stewardship. She served as the Chief Executive Officer of the Greater Kruger Environmental Protection Foundation, a role in which she was deeply involved in anti-poaching, wildlife rewilding, and collaboration across private reserves, communities, and public authorities. She also held the position of chairperson of the Balule Private Nature Reserve. Under her leadership, GKEF executed one of the most ambitious rhino rewilding projects, relocating around 120 southern white rhinos from a breeding program into safer private reserves adjacent to Kruger National Park. The relocation included painstaking steps. Each rhino was sedated, dehorned, and fitted with surveillance devices, a complex but visionary operation to bolster rhino populations. She was known for her relentless vision and drive, her wicked sense of humor, and her ability to make people, from community members to reserve managers, feel included and empowered. Sadly, she passed away on the 31st of May 2025 at the age of 51. Her death was widely mourned in the conservation world. SANParks praised her for her clarity of thought, strategic foresight, and deep understanding of complex conservation partnerships. The 2025 Chief Executive Award is bestowed posthumously to Sharon Houseman, and we'd like to call on the representatives of the Houseman family to please receive this award on the stage.
Chokoya, Ibu baby, Chokoya, Yao, Ibu baby, Kacho, Dolabi, Tumelona, Kitabe, Tumelo, Ona, everybody, Yakaloki, Obadi, Yakaloki, Sila,
Indeed, Sharon Houseman is a powerful example of how conservation leadership can combine fieldwork, science, and strategic partnership. Her work helped to protect iconic species like rhinos, advanced understanding of misunderstood animals like hyenas, and built durable networks across private reserves, community groups, and governmental bodies. Her life shows that effective conservation is as much about people and relationships as it is about wildlife. Another big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the final award for this evening and the highlight of the award ceremony is the Lifetime Contribution Award, We have 3 recipients of the Lifetime Achievement Award, and I'd like to request our SANParks Interim Board Chairperson, Ms. Beryl Ferguson, to join our CEO onto the stage to present the Lifetime Achievement Awards.
Lifetime Contribution Award. This award shall be for staff members who have made a significant contribution to SANParks over an extensive career within protected areas, which spans over a period of not less than 10 years of unbroken service. Nominees would be nearing retirement and could have made their contribution at any level within the organization. We received 5 nominees in this category, and they are:
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, please may I request that we all rise to acknowledge these award recipients. In recognition of your 36-year outstanding and enduring legacy in conservation, leadership, and transformation within South African national parks and arid region, the award goes to Lucius Moelman. Congratulations, Lucius Moelman, 36 years of outstanding service. In recognition of your unwavering definitely let Lucius have that moment. In recognition of your unwavering 40 years of dedication to conservation and the park, your friendliness, humility, and work ethic were a shining example to your colleagues at Table Mountain National Park. This award goes to Daniel Engelbrecht. An incredible 4 decades of dedication to conservation. Mr. Engelbrecht, we thank you and congratulate you. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the last recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award in recognition of your 40 years of unbroken service and exceptional field expertise. Your extensive botanical and ecological knowledge has made you a highly respected ranger in the Tsitsikamma section of the Garden Route National Park. The winner of this award, Kingsley Busak. An incredible 40 years celebrated here in this moment. Congratulations, Mr. Busak. And while we're all standing, let's put a big Kudu Awards round of applause for all of the winners of our Lifetime Achievement Awards. Yay! Ladies, thank you very much. Your duties are done for the evening. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You may take your seats. And it's at this moment where I'd like to request Mr. J.P. Lowe, SANParks Head of Communications and Spokesperson, to give us a vote of thanks. Let's welcome him with a round of applause, please.
Yeah. I'm not sure what you all do on New Year's Day. You know, they say like Happy New Year, or what do people normally do? They say Kililili, ne? Is that what they say? So Kililili to all of us here, even beyond, I would say, these rooms. And I say that, ladies and gentlemen, because the journey that brought us here, this is magnificent, I want to argue, what we've experienced today. But I also know that we have what's also called the SANParks Regional Awards that happens in our different regions. And in those regions as well, we try to go through this process of recognition, where we recognize our own staff. From that process, colleagues then get selected, who then get considered at the CEO's awards. And of course, as you also have seen, we also have the Kudu Awards. And in many ways, I think what these awards do is to talk to this family thing of this whole huge, humongous group of South Africans in various corners, in various spots, who makes the successful conservation story of South Africa possible. Yes, at SANParks we convene this occasion. In some ways, this is like a New Year's Day for us, if you like, from a celebratory point of view. But I do think that all of these many colleagues of ours in these many corners make tonight possible and special. So from a point of recognition, that is where I want to start. I'd like you to join me in recognizing every SANParks staff member, everybody who's a partner of SANParks, whether it's in business communities, our traditional leaders, our traditional healers, everybody who's part of this community. Kilili to you, and round of applause. Now, as I, on the one hand, do the protocol thing of recognizing, I think a number of our esteemed attendees and guests, at the same time, I want you also to embrace this as a vote of thanks, an appreciation for the fact that you could join us this evening. I want to start with Morena Moremoholo Mupedi, Wawa Queen. We're very, very grateful that the King could join us this evening, bless this occasion. I had the pleasure, the benefit, the privilege, in fact, to have some sort of interaction with him at Golden Gate Highlands National Park. And I'm not going to say too much about it, because I went to his table earlier and I was telling him that, you know, we need to bring a couple of media to you, because there is something about him, an embodiment of this indigenous knowledge, just detail about him. Very interesting person. And because I'm saying that we'll probably take the media there, maybe I should leave the story for that time when we share it with you. But Morena Moremoholo, thank you very much for blessing this occasion. We're really, really grateful that you could join us tonight. As well as to our interim board chairperson. This was my maiden speech hearing from you, ma'am. certainly it was a thrill in many ways, because I do think that in your delivery, you sort of like also clarify to us the way forward. My Zulu is not so great, or Xhosa. I can never figure out if I'm speaking Zulu or Xhosa at a particular moment. But there's this word I think they say, kombamdlela, like way forward. Right. So I do think that I want to appreciate your delivery to us and in giving us that direction. So thank you very much. And thank you also for joining us today. And the one also who really, on a day-to-day basis, carries that responsibility of carrying the SANParks shield and mobilizing the whole lot of us behind it in taking us forward. Ms. Rapilwe Sello, my Chief Executive Officer. Alala to you. I know we've said these things in the media and so on, so please forgive me if I over-repeat. You know, this is really terrible. I wrote a speech and I'm not following it now. But anyway, I'm sure you are with me. But allow me to brag a little bit in this respect that this year, SANParks for the first time managed to achieve revenue collection of over 4 billion rand. And it certainly is under the leadership of Rapilwe Sello. It's also a team that works with who are my colleagues in the Executive Committee, EXCO. Their efforts, I want to recognize all of you tonight. Our management team at SANParks, our staff members in our different parks. SANParks, you know, our national parks themselves are like these little municipalities that kind of like are running on their own, but also, of course, you need to give them direction. But the energy that's there that you find from those spaces makes stories such as these ones where we can say 4.1 billion revenue collection. It makes all of that possible. And I want to argue, in fact, probably make SANParks one of the top-notch conservation agencies in the world. Even the stories of our Lifetime Achievement Award winners, one of the things I've come to learn being in SANParks, this past November the 6th, I think I finished my second year, was that this is one of those places where it's not unusual to meet somebody who says, I've been here for 15 years. I've been here for 20 years. I've been here for 30 years. And now you also heard 40, I'm sure, tonight. And it's very clear that it's an organization also of people that are driven by a strong passion for what they do. Very deep, 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 strong passion. And I say that as a way of really acknowledging our colleagues who today received the Lifetime Achievement Award. And I must insist on another round of applause for them. Then there's Sharon, our program director, I think did quite an excellent delivery in my own view. Just around, I mean, there's a lot more to be said about Sharon, I must tell you. Somebody I personally engaged with on a few occasions. But I think that delivery was really quite excellent. And the Sharon is a person who just loved, I think, what she was doing quite deeply. And I do want to thank her family as well for joining us tonight and being here this evening. Some of us who grow up in African families have learned that, you know, they say a child is made by their family, then their community, and that sort of thing. So there is something about the values that Sharon was about. I think also that says something excellent about the family that she comes from. So I do want to recognize you. I want to thank you on behalf of all of us for availing Sharon, sharing her with us, and tell you that in many ways, in our own deeds, we'll make sure that her spirit really lives on forever through the very practical things that we will be implementing that takes forward her vision. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I would have gone amiss if I don't talk about the people with the money, the mullah, right? From F&B and Total Energies. But you heard that the relationship is not really just about that. Yes, they sponsor us and the likes. But I think it's a much more firmer, deeper story. When the chairperson talks about this notion of inclusive conservation, that it is also about them as corporate coming to the party and say, let's play our part. We're very happy for Total to be here today, I think at a very senior level, in fact, as well as FNB. So, Tuntate Selinda, and as well as Re Aluka, thank you really very much for joining us this evening. Thank you very much. And we hope our relationship and partnership will grow beyond this. And also, they should be taken as really quite a wide open invitation to many in the private sector to join with us. Our celebrants of tonight, the finalists, the award recipients, my colleagues, congratulations. Well done for being teachers. Because I do think there's the one point that's about you getting an award, and there's also the other about the lessons you are teaching all of us, about the greatness that we can be. So thank you very much for the lessons. Thank you very much indeed. I hope I've acknowledged everybody I need to be acknowledging and thanking as well. I must though say that if I don't highlight the traditional leaders, well, I've done that in a way, our traditional healers as well, who in many ways are our custodians of indigenous knowledge system. I mean, that's one of those relationships SANParks certainly takes very seriously. So thank you as well, Gogo. I think I saw Gogo somewhere here earlier, if I'm not mistaken. But really thank you for joining us this evening. And last but not least, so like I said, that the story of tonight starts many months ago, gets to this moment. There are but many running around you. You saw them, some of them, others even toppling me. I mean, I was busy bringing the CEO and chair to the stage, and these two guys came and they just took over and pushed me aside. But they are part of this team of communication that we've been working with. Even colleagues from marketing has been working with us very well in tourism. OHS, all of these colleagues, I really want to thank all of you for making this evening possible in many ways, you know, just putting the panel of adjudicators together, making sure they meet, making sure the documents they must go through, those documents are prepared, making sure this venue looks like this, making sure that everybody who's in this room gets an invitation that tells them they must be here, then making sure that everybody who comes here has food to eat and something to drink, and so on and so on. So thank you really very much from the bottom of my heart for bringing us this evening as it is. Our band, I really don't have to say much about him. You saw him for yourself. This guy's a thing. Yeah, this guy's a thing. I think my second opportunity to be exposed to him is just, I mean, you know, and earlier on when everybody was standing up and there was like Dear Makargeit, but beautiful Dear Makargeit, I wasn't surprised, right? I think that's his thing. So, and I think it comes from, but it's a good bloko, go social. Let us social go or sure, okay. So they said they come from there. So Shanguve, Sotu Shangani, Guni Venda, I think the place is called Put Together. So thank you very much. And of course, our very exquisite program director, I forgot what he said his other name is. I had figured out some nice poetic thing for you. Now it's gone now. I forgot that other name. So I do want to end on that note, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all very much. The night is not 100% over. If your limbs allows, we do invite you to stick around, but I think I'll leave it to the program director to tell us what to go. Halala.
Halala, halala. Ralem Khan, Tate JP Low for that vote of thanks. as to all the parties that have held hands to make this evening such an incredible one. And I do hope that you have enjoyed every moment. For me, it has been a profound privilege to be a small part of the story of witnessing those who are in charge, if I may put it in that way, of the preservation and conservation of our natural environment and that which we hold so dear, that brings us together as South Africans. And so, as you look towards Vision 2040, I pray God's blessing on all of your works, all of your lives, and all of the best in the year to come. Earlier on, the CEO nearly stole my thunder, the matriarch, but it is my profound honor to tell you a little bit about the guest artist who will result in certain Diermakargeit that's going to happen. But it's going to be nice, trust me. He is one of the country's brightest stars in the world of music. In fact, his songs have echoed in our hearts for decades through a career that has seen him accumulate multiple accolades. In fact, some of you might actually even remember him as the winner of the Road to Fame show that was famous back in the 1980s. If you can remember that far back. Mhlambe, just by the mention of his name, Uzogodola. Yeah? Uzogodola. But don't worry, because all you have to do is just sondela. And you'll be enjoying the incredible voice of Ringo Madlingozi that is going to be on this stage very shortly. From myself, Katla Komabue, good night, and God bless you all.